So let's talk about confidence as we age. I feel like as I'm aging, I feel like my confidence is just getting like through the roof, like through the roof. But I want to just talk about a few things that society has got us in a box, us women over 40, and we are not in a box by any means. So let's just talk about it really quickly. So let's talk about some of the misconceptions about, we need to slow down when we get 40, or we are slowing down as we get 40, as we're approaching 40, I should say. No, 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 no. We are not slowing down by any means. I mean, there's so many misconceptions saying that, youth equals value. And I don't see that. I see as you age, you get value. But when we talk about that, that's in a whole nother category when it comes to value. That's another day, another story. We ain't going there, but you know what I'm talking about. But when I say we should shrink ourselves, like we should shrink ourselves because opportunities are not there for us, let me tell you something. I feel like as I'm getting older and as I'm aging, I'm having more opportunities because one, I have more knowledge, I have more wisdom, and I have more life experiences. And it's so funny because when I was younger, I didn't understand that until you get to this point and then you actually understand, you know, the different things that you encounter as you age, and they become life experiences and wisdom and things like that, and how you can use them in your everyday life, especially in the workplace. I feel like things that I've learned like throughout my life, even dealing with, having friends, and we'll tap into that a little bit later. But like even having friends and meeting new people and just evolving, you don't have to like shrink yourself. I hope I'm making some sense. I'm just talking off the cuff here. I'm just trying to keep everything nice and light and fresh. Another thing, when you're told, oh, it's too late to start over. You're 50, you're 40, just sit down somewhere. I've I say my age to the rooftop. I don't care. I'm 49. I just turned 49 and I'm gonna be 50 next year. And I'm excited because I can just see all the new opportunities coming my way. Not that the opportunities, are from somewhere else, things that I've created for myself. I'm a firm believer in creating your own space. When things aren't working out for you, pivot. When things aren't working out for you, make a change. When you don't like something, make a change. We so busy doing other things instead of focusing on what we can control. Again, I'm a firm believer in control what you can and not what you can't. You know what I mean? Make way for yourself. It's never too late to start over. Starting over is beautiful. You can start over even at 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. You can start over whenever because where you are right now, you may feel like, oh, this is the life that I wanted. And then 2 years later, you're like, damn, I want something different. Not saying that you're not grateful for what you have, because I go through it too. I had to tap myself on the shoulder not too long ago. Like, damn, I want some more. I want this. I want that. But guess what? I can have it. But I have to always be grateful too. I have to be grateful. But in saying all of that, if you want something in life and you want to change and you want a new career, you want a new home, a new car, even if it's material, those are material things. But if you just want a new body, like in regards to, getting your health together, you want to work out, you want to eat better, do it. Do it. Don't wait for nothing. Do it. It's never too late to start something. I know I've heard people say before, um, oh man, I wish I would have, did that weight loss program. I wish I would have went to the gym and I wouldn't be sitting here with these different ailments. You know how they talk, do it. You can always reverse whatever when if you put your mind to it. Some things can be too long gone, but if you want to, just do it. Just do it. So, what are some lessons that will make your 40s better? What are some lessons? And then also that will make your 50s even better because I'm excited about all this. I don't know if you can tell, I don't know if you can see, I don't know if you can hear, but making sure, we're going to repeat one thing we just said already, making sure your health is in order. Making sure your health is in order. I will say this. Um, I recently got a promotion at work and I had stopped going to the gym back in April. We're in September now. I stopped going to the gym, and I just couldn't get my footing. I couldn't get my bearings together because I wanted to be all in at the job, making sure that I knew what I was doing. I was meeting the people, seeing what was in the backlog, seeing what had to be done in the front log and stuff like that. That when I got home from work or when I got off work, I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to damn near cook. I didn't want to go to the gym. I didn't want to do anything. And I found myself getting takeout just to get it, just so I could eat something. I didn't want to go to the gym. And here we are. That was back at the end of April. April 24th, 3rd, if I'm not mistaken. And here we are, September 20th, 30th, 21st. This is Sunday. And I went to the gym yesterday because I had to go. And I said today was going to be like a rest. I want to get my routine. I said, Kelly, you got to go to the gym. So you have to put your health and put yourself first. Because if you don't put yourself first, all you're going to do is make your years and your days worse. And we don't want that. We don't want that. So things that can make your 40s and your 50s even better, put your health first. If you can, I know a lot of us don't like leftovers. I know my mom, she hates leftovers. And that's hard for me because I do take care of my mom. And I cook a lot. And I had to really get to the point where I let her know, like, look, I'm going to cook a meal that's going to last us 2 days, 3 days max, because I can't cook every day. I have to pour into myself, because if I don't pour into myself, I'm going to lose myself. And I'm not losing myself for no one. No one. Because at the end of the day, if I lose myself and I'm gone, y'all depending on me, then what y'all going to do? Y'all going to figure it out. And meanwhile, I done sat here and then I'm, no, we're not doing that. Doing it. And let me know if you are in the realm of, taking care of your parents and things like that. Because that's what we do when we get older, when we reach this age. Some of us take care of our parents. It might be in a distance way. It might be close, proximity way, like myself, or it just may be other ways. But these are the things that you deal with as you get older too. But that was an extra piece that I threw in there. But besides health, setting boundaries. I feel like as we get older, we need to set boundaries because if we don't set boundaries, people will walk all over us. And they say as you get older, we want to do for people, we want to take it. No, we ain't doing any of that. No is a complete sentence. No is a complete sentence. We're not doing any of that. Okay? I done told you. We ain't doing any of that. What else? Friendships. I feel like now as we getting older, when we were younger, we might have had several different friend groups. We might have had a friend group in high school, might have had friend groups in college, friend groups from different jobs, whatever the case may be. Might have been in a sorority, might have been in a fraternity. You got friend groups over there. I feel like now where I am, I'd rather have quality over quantity. I don't need different friend groups. I don't need that anymore. Do I know a lot of people? Yes, I do. Because one, I'm from New York, born and raised. I moved here in my early 30s. So, I know people from New York. I have my friends from New York, people I grew up with, high school, neighborhoods that I lived in. So I have people that I've known for years. Moved down here in my 30s, had several jobs, several positions. You meet so many different people, but you come to realize the people that you really, really want around you are the quality ones. And it is okay to shift, and it is okay to say, look, that can just dissolve. I have several friendships that have just dissolved. No bad blood, none whatsoever. But just for where you are in your life and even where they are in their life, it's okay. They're okay to shift. And guess what? You're okay to shift. And when you have quality people in your life that's a value of a substance, it just makes things more meaningful. Meaningful. Can I get that out, Kelly? More meaningful and more solid. Because you can sit back and see the friends that you may have had from years ago. I went through looking through a bag of photos recently, and I saw a picture that I had with a young lady. Her name was Danette. And I would have loved to kept our friendship, but it just dissolved away. One, she had got married, I believe, like in high school, went off, had kids at that time, had a family, doing a thing. And I never saw her again. And I saw her picture recently of us in was it middle? Yeah, middle school. And I said, Dawn, I would have loved to kept that friendship. But again, that one fizzled out. But guess what? I have so many other friendships. And if Danette happens to see this video, I do not remember her last name, saved my life. If she sees this video, I would love to see her today. Because we really had a good friendship. We really, really had a good friendship. Her name was Danette. She was a Spanish girl, and we just had a good, good friendship. It was so much fun. It was. But again, those were the days, right? But we're talking about here we are in our 40s and our 50s. um, I prefer quality over quantity. I do have some friends. I got my best friend just recently got married, and I was her maid of honor. That is something that I cherish because that is quality. We don't talk every day. We don't see each other every day. We may go years without seeing each other, but guess what? We pick up right where we left off. And it doesn't mean because I didn't speak to you, I hate you, I dislike you, or it's bad blood. No, we both understand that we both have a life. And that's the beauty of it. I do not need to talk to you every day. Mm-mm, mm-mm. And I have friends now that we've understand each other and we don't talk every day, but when we do, it's like, hey girl, how you doing? What's going on? Because we know now. We know now if we want to hang out, if we want to travel together, if we want to go get some meals, if we want to pick a spontaneous trip together, we can do that because we have boundaries, we have understanding, and we have quality. So when you get to this age and where we are like this, we can really pick and choose how we want our friendships to be. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Another lesson. We're going to talk about money real quick. I feel like now where I am, and I know, you can still be in your 40s and your 50s and beyond and still have money troubles. But I will say, I will speak for myself and I will say I'm very fortunate and I'm very glad I'm in a position now. Because before I wasn't in this position. Before I was in a position where I was living check to check. I was pulling, was how you say it, robbing Peter to pay Paul. I was doing all of those things. But then I had to sit down and say, Kelly, is this what you really, really want? It took me some time. Again, I feel like when I was living in New York was like, it was breaking me down because it was so expensive. And that was back then. That was like 2007. It was breaking me down. And it took me, even when I moved here in North Carolina, it took me years to get my footing because I still had that mentality of what I was doing when I was living in New York. And then once I got my footing together, baby, let me tell you something. You do not have to have the latest and the greatest. You do not have to shop crazy. You can look nice, look well put together. You do not have to have the latest name brand, this, that, and third, because Kelly is not a name brand individual. You know, I like to look nice. I like to be put together. I like to have uh security. I I love, and I know we all love it, but let me tell you something. I love security and I love stability. And it broke me down when I didn't have it. You know, I don't have to be in everywhere doing everything. Do I like nice things? Yes, I do. Do I like to be well put together? Yes, I do. But I do not have to put myself in a position to have, if that makes any sense. I don't have to keep up with the Joneses. Let's put it like that. I do not have to keep up with the Joneses. I do not have to have something because it's like, oh, this is fire. No, I don't even talk that lingo no more. You know what I mean? If something looks nice, it looks nice. But for me, I like to just look well put together, and I like to have more liquid, if you will. If you can't have the money available for you if you get into a bind, you don't, but yet you want money for something else, don't have that something else. Make sure you have. I'm a firm believer in having at least 6 months to a year of what your bills are on standby because you never know what can happen. Yes, I have a job, but you never know. You just never know. Companies, government, we see how the world is turning. So these are lessons that I've learned. that to always have security and I don't depend on nobody. Good God. Because I've seen so many different situations where you depend on someone and then that just falls through. Make sure you have what you need, you know, not knowing what the universe may hand you, you know, just have your security blanket. And as we getting older, build your retirement. I know a lot of these jobs now, they don't want to, match pensions. Their 401k plan may not be the greatest, 403b. Get you an IRA, get you a high yield savings, do all those things, or have your own savings to the side because you just never know. Yes, you have what your job can give you, but also have what you can put for yourself because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, whenever you choose to retire, you have to have what you need. My goal, I don't want to work until the retirement age. I mean, if I'm doing good, feeling good, I have a coworker now. I would have never known she already had retired from a previous place. She don't look it. I'm sure she may feel it every now and then because I know I feel what I feel in these bones every now and then at 49. But I would have never known. And if I'm in that position, like where she is, and she's just like, I don't want to judge a book by its cover, but she has a retirement, she's living her life, she's going out, she's doing her thing, she's still vibrant, for herself and in her community. On her second win, getting a nice light type of work, yeah, I'll do it. I will do it. But I just don't want to be bind down to like how I am now. I love my job. Don't get me wrong. My job pays my bills. I'm saving. I'm doing a great job here. But I'm just thinking about as I'm aging, as I'm getting older and things like that. I don't want to not live my life. How can I say it? Not live my life. Well, no, let me rephrase that. I want to live my life now. I don't want to wait till I get older and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna live my life now. And meanwhile, my bones is aching. I want to still be vibrant, so I be work out, keep my health in order. But I don't want to wait, and the next thing you know, I waited too long. So I want to do those things now. So make sure your retirement is in order. There's lessons that I've learned. Make sure your retirement is order. Make sure you job security, that's gonna help you out when you retire. Your insurance. Just make sure you have your security blanket in order. And last but not another lesson is make sure your mindset is in order. I know for me, therapy has helped me out tremendously. I sit back and I look at some of my old videos and where I was and like how I knew I was, but in my videos, I look like I'm just so happy. But you just never know what a person's going through. So always make sure your mindset is in order because let me tell you something. The body keeps the score. And yeah, the damage is done, is there, but you can also heal it. Just think about you have a wound on your body somewhere, and it's bloody, it's all these different things. Now you got to clean it up. And as time goes on, you have a scab, and then time goes on, the scab goes off, but it's like a light spot there. Now it has to heal. That's just how our mindset can be. So therapy has done just that to me. Now, do I still have some bruises on me? Yes, because I'm not perfect, and I've done been through some things. But what I'm trying to tell you is heal yourself in any way that has to be. Heal yourself. It takes time because you didn't, I'm going to say for me, I can't speak for you. All things that has happened to me didn't happen in one time. And I didn't heal it in one time. So you just have to do things in moderation, if that makes any sense. You know what I'm talking about. So now let's talk about confidence. Okay, confidence over perfection. Perfection will keep you stuck. And we're in our 40s and our 50s and beyond. And if you aren't and you're about to come into this world, um, perfection, again, and I found myself there too, will keep you stuck. Confidence will keep you moving on, will make you pivot. Because you're like, you know what, I got this. I can move on. Who cares? Whatever. Perfection, you be wanting to write it down. That's anything, however it looks. If you want your makeup to look good, You want to find the perfect foundation. Meanwhile, the one you got is good enough. You trying to go to the workout, go get your workout on, but you got to have the Lululemon. Meanwhile, you can go to Amazon and buy yourself something, or you can go to Walmart and get you a good outfit, or you could just go anywhere and get you an outfit. But you want to have the perfect workout gear. That's called perfection. That's called things that's going to keep you avoiding what you need to do. It's like keep moving forward. Don't get stuck. We don't want you to get stuck. We don't want you to get stuck. And another thing, you are 40 plus. You have a voice, okay? So, you can speak, you can say, you got all of this in you that's like so robust. You don't have to apologize. I used to be oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Uh, Sorry for what? I said what I said, okay? I don't apologize like I used to. Now, if I have to and is warranted, I will do that. But just to make another person or a group of people feel good or make that environment easy for someone, no, we ain't doing that. Mm-mm. I'm walking in. I'm coming through, saying what I'm saying, and this is what it is. Have your confidence, be in your space. Don't dim your light for no one. Okay? That's how we do it. Always remember, people are drawn to individuals who are authentic versus people who are flawless. Because at the end of the day, flawless means you were trying to be perfect. You're trying to have everything all put together. In reality, that's not how it is. Just be yourself, be who you are. Like, I had to sit back and think about me for a minute. And me even, showing up here, you get caught up in comparing yourself to so much that's been going on, like on the internet. So much is going on. I look at myself. I don't have a problem with pivoting whatsoever. I'm going to put it out there, y'all. We're going to put it out there. I went from doing natural hair, makeup, and natural hair. Tried to do a little style, but I look, I got on animal print right now. Nobody don't want to see that. But at the end of the day, I didn't do that. Then the big thing was vlogging. We were vlogging. And I was trying to do the vlogging thing. I did it for years, years. In my decade long time here on YouTube, I vlogged and I tried to get it this way. I tried to get it that way. It just didn't work. You know what I mean? So I said, you know what, Kelly? You always tell people or the ladies to live in your truth. Do what you want to do. Pivot. Don't hold yourself back. Have confidence. Like what I'm telling you right now, all the lessons. You know what I mean? I do the same thing. And here we are. Don't be afraid to do the things that you want to do. Look at us here. We're sitting here. We're in my room. It's Sunday morning. We're having a good time. We're talking. Got the candle going. We're just having a good time. And that's what I want to do. That is where I am right now. And who knows? Who knows? It may change. It may change. I may want to vlog some more, which we probably going to be vlogging because, I'm going somewhere soon. And I want to take you guys with me. I'm so excited. So we're going to have it. But right now, this is where I am. This is where I am. And you know what? Those who want to be here with me will, and those who don't won't. And that's just me being authentic. I cannot cater to the masses. I can only cater to those who want to hang out with me, and who pretty much see it the way I see it. We want like-minded people. That's pretty much what we want, right? As we get, here we are in our 40s, how can we be open to new opportunities? How can we be open to things that will open new doors for us? And that looks like being open to new opportunities. Don't feel like because you're in midlife or you're older, you can't do. So now let's focus on like new opportunities. We're in our 40s. We don't have to stay dormant to what we've done from in the past before. We moving over here. We trying to get over here. We're not trying to go to the left. We're trying to go to the right. Okay. What what are some new opportunities, you know, that we can do as we're aging? So here are some things that I've kind of conjured up here. It's like always stay curious. Don't just get like dormant and not knowing, what you want or what's new in the world. Like, don't get stuck and don't get caught up in what society tells you what you should be doing right now. Because society will tell you right now, you should be sitting back in the house, laid back, doing nothing, you know, not living your life, not having a life. No, we ain't doing that. We are not doing that. We are going to be out here. We're going to be having a good time. We're going to be, again, curious about life. We're going to be picking up new hobbies, doing new things. I have one of my coworkers. She lives her best life. She be out here playing pickleball. She be out here going playing golf, meeting people in the same time, doing this thing, making new relations. Not necessarily have to be friends and have to be, hang out buddies, but just while you're there, enjoying the moment. Um, just going to the gym. Like me, I haven't been to the gym. I know I already told you guys, but I meet people in the gym. I have a gym that I don't talk to people. I have one gym. I literally go in there to focus. And I have all my other gyms. I do go in there. I'm very sociable. I'm talking. I'm like, hey, how you doing? What's going on? I do that. I do it. But that's a part of just meeting new people and just being out there and just having a good time. And don't be afraid of being a beginner again because we don't know everything. Yes, we have wisdom and we've learned and we have all this knowledge in us, but it's some things that we don't know. And it's something that we can pick up along the way. Again, say for instance, if you like makeup, and like me, you guys know I love makeup. I love it. Say if I start doing makeup videos again, I sure enough will be saying beginner friendly. Because at the end of the day, I know I'm not a pro. My makeup is for me, the everyday woman who wants to see makeup like this. So if I know that I don't do heavy duty makeup, I'm going to be a beginner. Even though I know how to do my makeup, I'm still a beginner. I don't do the pro style. And if I want to help you, you know, if you want to come around and you want to say, I want to start making coloring books for the elderly who they can keep their eyes going, keep momentum in their hands and things like that. My mom, if I start making coloring books, I would say coloring books for beginners because I don't know what I'm doing, I'm trying to learn, and I want to help other people. You get it? You get it? So don't be afraid to be a beginner at anything that you want to do. If you want to learn how to play, again, pickleball, you'll be a beginner. You're learning. It's okay to be in the space of a bunch of pros. And that's something that I had to get over because the gym that I do go to where I don't talk to anybody, I felt like I couldn't be in that space because those individuals that were in there, they were like muscular women and muscular men, and they were like pros to me, but I was a beginner and it was okay. They had to start out where I was. So I said, you know what, Kelly, if you want to have a nice physique, and these are not like bodybuilders or anything like these are just people that just really have nice body, women who have really toned muscles and doing it naturally. I want to be in that space because I said, you know what? I know that having muscles in your body helps you as you age. So I want it. I want it. Last but not least, on this one, don't be afraid to surround yourself, and as I mentioned earlier, around people that inspire you. If you know you want to be in a place, I'm not saying looking within a person, looking at their outside. If you generally met this person and you see what they have going on and you can kind of tell it's real, surround yourself with those type of people. Let me tell you something. I've got an amazing opportunity to surround myself around some amazing women come December. And I can't wait to share that with you. I You guys know I've Keita is one of my really, really good friends here. I met her here on YouTube and our friendship just soared. And she's a really, really good person, you know. And I want to give you guys an example because some of you watch her channel. So I wanted to make it more realistic. Surround yourself around people that you wouldn't mind either trading lives with, or if you wouldn't mind having some of their qualities. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm trying to nail home with. Always surround yourself around good people who will inspire you. Not necessarily, let me take that back, not necessarily trade places. That might be a little bit too harsh, but inspire you to be better, inspire you to do more, inspire you to want more, that will actually pour into you. That's what you do. You make your circle like that. I have people that I have met on, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Believe it or not, I've met some amazing people on TikTok. TikTok is real. TikTok is real. TikTok is like the shorter version of YouTube. But yet you don't have to be so curated, if you will. Like, you see how we just sitting here having a conversation? That's what you can do over there on TikTok. Just sit up there, talk, shoot the breeze, and call it a day. That's how we like it. That is how we like it. So what I want you to stop believing about aging is meaning like you're declining. No, aging is meaning that you're evolving. Trust me. And I know I've said before, I got more years behind me than in front of me. Yes, my best years are not behind me. My best years are in front of me because, again, control what you can, not what you can't. That's back there. If I know I want to have a good life, I can make that good life happen. We can do that. You can do that. I know I'm doing it. I'm making sure that my life is so good. So as I'm aging, I'm living my best life possible. I sit back and look at where I was in my 20s, struggle bus, 30s, struggling even harder until my light bulb went off. 40, I'm figuring it out. And here we are at 49, loving it, loving it. And I look at social media, how I'm not saying these people's lives are fake by any means. I know a lot of them people lives aren't, but majority is fake. And this is what we have to look at. Our children, our grandkids, we have to look at. And it's like people sit back and question themselves and be like, well, damn, should I be farther on? I got a person in their 20s doing this. I have a person in their 30s doing this. But you sit back and look. Yes, you can have all the money in the world, right? You could be making all this money. You could be putting it here, putting it there, having it grow, 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 grow. You could be having all these investments here, all these investments there, but yet your lifestyle is still robust, right? But you need all these things to keep this lifestyle going. But you have to keep doing what you're doing to keep that lifestyle going. That's one thing I do not want to do. I do not want to be on a rat race to maintain my lifestyle. I just don't. And I was getting ready to say, do I want my lifestyle to maintain me? But I don't want that neither. I just want to live comfortably. And realistically, yes, you have the rich over here doing what they're doing, the people that even own this platform, YouTube. We saw it. You know what I mean? Um, Girl, it's another day, another story. We don't want to get there. But don't live your life the way you want to live. You have amazing years ahead of you. What's behind you is behind you. We moving forward. Your best years are in front of you. And to kind of keep going on that, sit back and think about all the stories you've heard of people who may have been like divorced, early on in their 20s, 30s, and they wind up meeting love their life at 60, getting remarried at 80. I mean, but those things happen. Those things happen. So, in saying that, never sell yourself short. Travel, have a good time. I feel like traveling makes you more how can I say it? Experience, evolved. And I love a good Jamaica. I love a good Mexico. Those are like nice quick trips. I mean, like, go and travel, go far, have a good time. Because sometimes we get so caught up in thinking that the US is what it is, or where we from is what it is. But it's so much more elsewhere. even in the 50 states. Well, it's more than 50 states, but you know what I mean. But it's so much more. It's so much more. You know, even us being, a lot of us being black women over here, there's more than just collard greens and yams. You know what I mean? Yes, we love good seasoned food, but there's good seasoned food elsewhere. You know what I mean? I talk to people and they get so caught up in like, oh, I don't like this. They don't cook. They don't do this. Huh, huh. Go get out there, explore the world. And I'm very fortunate enough that I have been able to go to a few places and see a few different things. And I am not going to stop as I get older. I'm not going to stop as I age. You know, there's a few places that I want to go see. And I feel like I know the kind of person that I am. Um, I love to just get on a plane and go. I'm going to go do a short little trip. I'm thinking about vlogging it. I'm not sure. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Me and vlogging, I don't know. We're just having candid conversation. But you know what? Live your life. Travel. Have a good time. Have a good time. I may take you, I may not take you, but we're gonna have some fun either way. And saying all of that, I don't want you to ever say, I can't start over. I don't want you to say that. I want you to say, I can evolve. I can do anything at any time of my life. That's what I want you to say. Okay? Because aging is beautiful. I would have never thought I would be feeling this good. I would have never thought. Growing up, when you're young, you're like, oh, I don't want to get old. I don't want no gray hair. I don't want this. And not knowing gray hair can come every which way on your body. Okay? It ain't just on your head. It could be in your eyelashes. It could be your eyebrows. It could be your armpits. It could be in your private area. It could be anywhere. You never know where that gray hair is coming. Okay. So in saying all of that, I hope this conversation was good to you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and subscribe and hang out with your girl. We're going to have a lot of conversations over here. I just want to sit back and talk and have a good time. Okay. So if you enjoyed, again, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a girlfriend, share, share, share. And I'll catch you in the next conversation.